Never been the type for giving up. Complicated situations only make it worse, cause just getting started is not enough. I'll be around when you need me, promise there won't be no leaving. On my worst days 2 a.m. my shift face, tripping off something that you done. Yeah, I would never listen my work compass and run out on you. I know we got problems, but I would never walk out on you. I still love you like crazy. I wanna let you know. Even when it gets hard and we wanna let go. Even though you're stressed about.
Welcome back to my channel, you guys. I thought I would take you through my morning routine today, and I had a few people ask if I could show like my real-time morning routine as far as journaling, so I tried my best to capture that on this particular day. But as you can see, I always start by reading a Devo on my phone, and then I write down as many things as I possibly can that I'm grateful for. And these things range from small things to huge things to things that I take for granted every day. And this just really recenters me and helps me shift my perspective to a perspective of joy and gratefulness every day. And then I'll usually block that off to make sure that it looks separate from whatever notes I'm going to be taking from whatever I decide to read that day. Right now, I'm going to be reading through the book of Matthew, and I just started at the beginning, which, as you can see, I've already had some notes in there from reading this in the past. But the book of Matthew, I think, gets overlooked quite a lot, especially even the first chapter, because it's just running through the lineage of Abraham. And as you can see, I'm looking up and cross-referencing. I pulled up Bible Gateway to find a passage that references when God promised Abraham that he would have so many generations to follow him and was going to bless him and his wife with a son. And just that whole thing, that whole lineage means a lot because it's God following through tenfold on that promise to Abraham. And most of the time I would just read over that and be like, okay, this is so-and-so, the son of so-and-so, and the son of so-and-so. But on this particular day, it hit me differently. And I was like, that's amazing. God always follows through with his promises. And then as you can see, I do write notes on the side of my Bible. I try to keep those notes that I write on the side in my Bible completely truthful, never based on like my emotions. It's just stuff pointing out the truth of the scripture, if that makes sense. Because my Bible, I can't like erase things or anything, and I want it to only be truth what I write in there. And then what I write based off of my emotions and my feelings and my particular season of life, that all goes into my journal, because journals change, your feelings change. So I try to keep the two of them separate, but it's really whatever you prefer. So this is me just writing little notes about how cool it is that God followed through on his promise to Abraham, that he was going to bless him with many, many children and many generations to come. And that's only on chapter 1 of Matthew. And then here, like I said earlier, I try to write separately in my Bible and my journal. So I follow the SOPE method most mornings when I do my morning routine. I covered that method in one of my recent videos on how I study the Bible, how I journal. So right now I was writing out the scripture. That's what the S in SOPE stands for. And then you write down the O, which is observe. And I always ask myself, what does this scripture say about God? And this particular day, it just showed what a promise keeper he is. And then for A, it's how can I apply this today? And I need to remember that God's promises that are in the Bible still remain for me today. And if I can focus on that when life gets hard, I will never lose hope. And then the P is for prayer. And I always just end by writing a short, sometimes a long prayer over that particular topic. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It feels weird doing the intro since I basically just filmed the whole video, but it's been a while since I've shared my morning routine with you guys, and it doesn't really change that often. I get up, I drink water, I make coffee, I read my Bible. There's not really much different other than the fact I do my morning routine now in our new home, which is so cozy. I usually do it outside, but it was super gloomy today, so my big comfy chair was the spot for today. But I just wanted to share a quick little morning routine video with you guys and just give you an idea of what I do every morning to get in the Word, and I don't know, just a little cozy video. I am currently just reading through the New Testament. I started back over. I've just kind of been hopping from devotional to devotional lately, and I really want to just get back to sitting down and opening my Bible every day, reading my actual Bible instead of always doing devotions. Not that devotions are bad, but I just felt like I needed a change of pace for once, and it was so good. I read chapter 1 this morning, and it was talking, so the whole first page of Matthew chapter 1 was just like so-and-so, the son of so-and-so, the son of so-and-so, and blah, blah, blah. That happens tons of times in the Bible where they list the descendants and stuff, and most of the time I just skip over that because I'm like, okay. But it was really extra special today because I've just been having kind of an off week, an off couple of weeks, you know. I just feel like I'm kind of in limbo right now, and I know I'm not the only one who feels that way. Mike Todd did a series on Abraham and, you know, God promising him a son and all of that, and it was just funny that it related to Matthew chapter 1 because it was showing all the people that have come after Abraham, like just how fully God really did answer and really did follow through with his promise to Abraham. I just thought it was really cool, and it was a good, simple reminder to me that, like, the promises in the Bible are still the same for us today, and every promise in there is a promise God has made to me as well. And so even when life feels like we're in limbo or feels like it's at a standstill or you just feel like you need something more, God's promises do not change, and he doesn't change, which means he's still the same promise keeper that he was before. And it was just extra encouragement. And then I broke it down with the SOPE method, and that I've talked about in one of my recent Faith Fridays. Kind of wrote a little prayer to remind me to focus on the promises, to read the Bible more, and to meditate on the truth that's in there so that I know what the promises for my life even are, so that when things get tough, I can remember them and I can focus on them and focus on the fact that God always follows through. So yeah, I hope that that was encouraging to you guys. I tried to get footage of me like actually taking my notes and studying it, but I know that this video will just not really be me talking, just showing you guys, taking you through my morning. Hopefully it was a cozy video for you to watch. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure it was very short and sweet and to the point, but yeah, that's my morning routine. Sometimes my workout is mixed in between my morning routine, so I'll go to the gym first and then do all of that after. Or sometimes I'm making breakfast, but usually I'm not super hungry when I wake up in the morning, so it's coffee and water and then breakfast later. But I do try to dedicate some sort of time to spending time with the Lord every day, whether it's just scrolling through a quick devotional on my phone, saying a quick prayer, listening to worship music, or journaling, all of the above. It doesn't look the same every day, but I do try. That's like my ideal morning routine when I actually have the time for it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps support my YouTube channel. Make sure to hit the subscribe button to join the Happy Soul Tribe if you haven't already. And make sure you go out of your way today to love on someone, make them feel extra special just because they are. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye guys.